I did really well. He didn't expect, he lost a step. That's why he lost his step, and he didn't have no power, and he wants to try to come forward, and that shit wasn't working out for him. He was trying with Ben Davison. He was trying to, I want to come forward. I want to be a mean fighter, but he was fighting off the back foot, fighting laterally. And so we continued to to run through these drills with him. And I come to find out he hit me one time, not that day, but the second day he hit me on the top of my head. And I was like, man, what the fuck? Like I could feel the same, the same push force, but it felt like he had something in his fucking glove, like some metal in his glove. And then he hit me in my ribs. And I get on the phone, start calling people. I'm like, man, dude, something ain't right, dude. Something is not. I was in the shower on the fucking floor and shit like that. I was like, something ain't fucking right. This shit fucking hurts, bro. Like it hurts in a different way. I sparred people with fucking real power that you could block and catch something. You can still feel the power behind that. Tyson Fury don't got that type of power. We go train the next day with Lawrence Okoli, Brian Phillips. We go train the next day. And then after, Tyson Fury told me the day before, I put my sparring gear over there with yours. So I go over there, I look at my sparring gear just to check, because I'm like, dude, just to check shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't pay me no food. I'm sitting there, I haven't ate, and I'm sitting there sparring this dude off the empty stomach and shit like that. And so I go to the back where Freddie Roach's gym downstairs in the back behind the speed bags is a little room. I grab I see Tyson's shoes. He has those Nike those black, gray, and gold Nike Fight Hype ones with an Everlast cup, and he had Everlast gloves on. I pick up the gloves, and patent start falling out the fucking glove. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I squeeze the glove, and fucking I could put my hands are touching each other, like on the other side of. I'm like, bro, this goes to show. I was like, I knew something was fucking up because they were acting so fucking. They weren't paying me food. They weren't doing shit. They were just They were just acting a certain way. So I found the gloves. I was like, man, what the fuck? I showed Barry Robinson, and Barry Robinson's like, man, what the fuck? He's like, your managers are supposed to protect you guys from this. I'm like, Tyson Fury. I talked to other fighters and shit, and they that wanted to come to this camp, and they said Tyson Fury didn't want any other coaches in the camp. So that was so I found that out when I was there. So I was like, that's fucking fishy as hell to me. He didn't want no other coaches at that camp. So Lawrence Okoli says I'm going to call my manager, Anthony, and Anthony Joshua is his manager. So he gets on the phone and talks to Anthony Joshua, and he talked to him. So Anthony Joshua knows about all this shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's really pissing dirty or something like that, or something's up with him. And then yeah, so he called him and he said, we got to protect you. I expedited my plane ticket to return back because I had a return flight. So I expedited my plane ticket, which cost.
So a lot of people raised $1 million question. What does Anthony Joshua think of Tyson Fury tampering with his glove? The Glovegate scandal. Now, what if I tell you Anthony Joshua is already aware of that? That's why I told you all earlier that the reason why Anthony Joshua is really pushing and pursuing that Tyson Fury fight is because he knows that Tyson Fury won't be able to get no slick bullshit on him. Now, Anthony Joshua was aware of Tyson Fury tampering with his gloves before anybody have, before me, before you, and anybody. The reason why, according to Nicholas Asbury, Tyson Fury own sparring partner that busted him tampering with his gloves during sparring. Nicholas Asbury, I'm going to also have him as a guest on Split Decision, inshallah, this week or next week, depending on my schedule and my availability and his. Nevertheless, Nicholas Asbury came out stating that Anthony Joshua is already aware of Tyson Fury Glovegate scandal and him tampering with gloves even during sparring. For the Klitschko fight, for Deontay Wilder fight, and many more. The reason why, because Nicholas Asbury was actually sparring Tyson Fury with Cassius Chaney. For the people that don't know Cassius Chaney, he's a great prospect in the UK. He signed under Anthony Joshua promotion. He's an Anthony Joshua fighter. He was in Tyson Fury training camp. So when the whole situation took place, when Tyson Fury got busted by Nicholas Asbury, he got exposed for tampering with his gloves during sparring on footage, on camera, right? So after that took place, Nicholas Asbury exposed Tyson Fury. He left the camp. Tyson Fury got cursed out by Nicholas Asbury trainer at the time. Ben was telling the trainer of Nicholas Asbury that we trying to give Tyson Fury confidence. That's why we giving him a glove that's tampered with. That's what been told Nicholas Asbury trainer that was their excuse, right? All that confidence is pretty much fake, right? So, nevertheless, Cheney actually called Anthony Joshua and told him everything. So Anthony Joshua is aware of everything. And shout out to Blue Blood Sport TV because he the one that interviewed Nicholas Asbury. Shout out to Blue Blood Sport TV. Subscribe to my Akhi as he's staying on Tyson Fury tail and exposing him for being the cheater of the century. Nevertheless, like I said, Anthony Joshua is already aware of Tyson Fury cheating. That's why Anthony Joshua was pretty much cool with Tyson Fury fighting Deontay Wilder the second time. And he was praying for Deontay Wilder downfall because that power is his kryptonite. And he knew if Tyson Fury could pretty much pull this off and beat Deontay Wilder, then he free to make so much money in the UK overseas for the biggest fight of all time in the UK overseas, right? And when he do fight Tyson Fury is not going to be able to cheat because according to Frank, for the people that's not informed, Frank said we agreed on a 50-50 split. However, we haven't agreed on anything. The fight is not made. Forget about what Tyson Fury, my boss, said. Tyson Fury, my boss, is on the run to this day. You know what I mean? So, according to Frank, Tyson Fury promoter in the UK, because he got more than one promoter, he got more than one cut man, he got more than one insurance, he got the best insurance in the world, the Hope Insurance that cover everything, cheating, tamper with a glove, taking steroids, threatening a 70-year-old man, and many more, right? Nevertheless, according to Frank, he said that we have a mountain of things to work on. Who's going to walk into the ring first? Who's going to wear what brand of gloves? So Anthony Joshua, he knows he's not going to allow Tyson Fury to wear the special made gloves, the tampered gloves by the WBC. Anthony Joshua knows what time it is when it comes to Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury is not going to be able to get no slick bullshit on him because we know the WBC are partners with Tyson Fury Glove Company, which is a conflict of interest. What sense does that make when Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder, right? Deontay Wilder have been the reigning champion, the longest reigning champion for the WBC belt for 5 years, defended his title 10 times. He tied Muhammad Ali record for 10 title defenses, right? And he's not sponsored by the WBC. He's not wearing the WBC brand gloves, right? You don't see the WBC printed on his trunks. However, the challenger, Tyson Fury, he wearing the WBC brand gloves that they actually are partners with, and they got their logo on his trunks. He's actually sponsored by the WBC. Like I said, the WBC is corrupted. That's why it's the World Boxing Corruption Organization. The WBC stood next to Margarito. They claim he was innocent when Margarito was a conflicted cheater. 1000% he cheated. We already know that, right? But the WBC stood next to him just like they stood next to Canelo when he failed his drug test, just like they stood next to Jimenez when she failed for both the A and B sample, and many more fighters in the past. So just like Margarito situation, right? Margarito trainer is Tyson Fury cut man nephew. And he was in Tyson Fury training camp. He was in Tyson Fury dressing room. However, he wasn't the cut man. So why was he there? What was he doing? He was doing what he knows how to do best, is tamper with gloves. That's why they cut off the calves, and the trolls haven't answered the $1 million question. Why did Tyson Fury cut off the camera in his dressing room if he wasn't tampering with his glove or cheating? Why cut off the camera? But nevertheless, Anthony Joshua is already aware of the situation. He's loving it right now because Tyson Fury is hyped up. If Deontay Wilder doesn't ruin the party and is not damaged good, because we have to raise the $1 million question, if Deontay Wilder has a dent on his head, is he still the same fighter? If he is, he might ruin Anthony Joshua plans because he gonna spark Tyson Fury out and expose him. Nevertheless, if he don't, Anthony Joshua is going to do the job because he already know, man, this man is pillow fisted. I'm gonna walk right through him. And that's why Anthony Joshua is pursuing the fight like he is. However, he better watch out. He must watch out. Make sure you test him, not VADA, but UKADA or USADA. Because the reason why, for the people that's not informed, the WBC increased the computer roll limit a fighter could have in his system. In other words, the WBC allow fighters to cheat the legal way. So if you eat contaminated meat, that wild boar that doesn't allow your cojones to grow, you could actually eat it. You could eat that contaminated meat and be cleared to fight. So if Anthony Joshua is smart, he better utilize the leverage he have and say, I will not fight you till you take USADA testing, till you wear a certain type of gloves, you know what I mean, that's not tampered with, and you better keep your eyes on him like Tupac. Because if all eyes is not on Tyson Fury like Tupac, this man will find a way to cheat. He the cheater of the century. He is genius at cheating because he thinks outside of the box. So after Anthony Joshua read the letter and spoke for all Black Lives Matter, right? Spoke for the cause and stood by his people. His own fans said, well, I hope the people that you were standing up for by your fight, his own fans are turning on him. So if his own fans are turning on him, imagine the higher up, imagine the higher power. And Anthony Joshua said nothing wrong. Everything he said was a fact. And I respect him for what he said, because Anthony Joshua said, listen, if you know people don't support Black Lives Matter, then don't support their businesses. Gucci, don't support Gucci. And he spoke facts. He led by example, like the greatest of them all, Muhammad Ali. So I got nothing but respect for that, because to this day, the fighters on the coincidental list, the people on the coincidental list are being mistreated to this day. Like Deontay Wilder always said. So Anthony Joshua did the right thing, but by him doing the move and not moving by the script, he might get set up like they set up Deontay Wilder. So if he's wise, he better take it to his own hand. While you have the leverage, make sure it's on an even playing field, because Tyson Fury doesn't have the cojones to fight fighters on an even playing field because of the fact he stay eating that wild boar that doesn't allow his cojones to grow. So Anthony Joshua better do the right thing, as I'm pretty sure he will do the right thing. Now Eddie Hearn came out talking about, well, Tyson Fury, man, is just a bunch of rubbish, the glove gate and all of the above. All right, well, if that's true, Eddie Hearn, then allow Tyson Fury to wear them same tampered gloves against Anthony Joshua. And if he does allow Tyson Fury to wear them type of brand gloves, then Eddie Hearn come out of the closet, because with all the respect, you don't have Anthony Joshua best interest. But I know you not. If you have Anthony Joshua best interest. However, if you don't, then you part of the setup. But I believe Eddie Hearn is just obviously trying to capitalize on the moment. He like, man, I hope, Tyson Fury cheats again against Deontay Wilder. Because at the end of the day, or at least tonight, that's more money for us and more money to our pocket, because Tyson Fury hypes up the fight even more. And then fight night against Anthony Joshua, that power go out of the window. And then Tyson Fury look like the version that he fought Wildin, a pillow-fisted fighter that doesn't have any power, that doesn't have any cojones. So that's why Anthony Joshua is pursuing the fight. Like I said, he's already aware, because a fighter of his already informed Anthony Joshua and told him everything, according to Nicholas Asbury. And I actually have the DMs between Anthony Joshua fighter Cheney and Nicholas Asbury. Nicholas Asbury sent me the DMs where they talked about Tyson Fury laces and all of the above, right? So I'm going to provide all the evidence like I always do, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up some calls. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smart about a minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't. And listen to these decafs. The dumb, casual ass fans that don't know ish about boxing. Word to Roger Mayweather, may he rest in peace, inshallah. If you're a casual fan and you want to be a hardcore, all you have to do is click on the notification bell to get notified every time I post or go live on Split Decision. It's a boxing debate / talk show, mixed, master engineered, produced by yours truly, Akhi. that knocks out all the decafs for his Akhis. So with that being stated, quit treating me like the Mike Tyson of debating, the most feared, knocking out all the decafs every single time. I want to make a public announcement. For all the trolls, the YouTube trolls that stay mentioning my name in vain, they clout chase off my name. The least you could do is grow the cojones and call in on Split Decision. All you do is talk about Akhi on your channel. So if you happen to be one of them people, quit being a ghost, show up, call in. That's the least you could do. Quit telling lies, telling the people that view your channel y'all down to challenge Akhi, y'all willing to put the blemish on Akhi record, because that's a bunch of cap. Because anybody can get it on Split Decision. It don't matter who you is. You could be a coon, you could be a troll. I will end your coon or trolling career. So call in. Like I said, these YouTube trolls, I will end your career. Just call in. I give people that don't have a platform, people that call from the UK, not just 10-minute slots, not just 20-minute slots, 30-minute slots, if they come in with a real debate. So if you got cojones, call in, because you know I want all the smoke, and just like Loaded Lux, you're going to get this work on Split Decision. And it won't be Split Decision. You won't be saved by the bell. It's going to be a KO. So if you got a cojones, call in, quit lying to y'all decafs, quit trolling. Like I said, I will end y'all trolling career, y'all coons, and anybody can get it. Old media, all the decafs wizards, the decafs themselves, and the trolls on YouTube. So the number in the description box. If you want a one-on-one appointment, just text me. Like Terrence Crawford told Errol Spence, save it.
Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.